Great to have you aboard tonight, and here we go. And short kick that is going to go out of bounds, and that's not the way you want to start, because the Lions will start on the 40-yard line. So
good kick out of bounds. Kicking team, number 47. The ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. First down, Detroit.
Well, that's not exactly what you hoped when you deferred the toss, and we'll see the Lions first on offense at the 40. This is Reynolds just being patient here. And the patience worked out. Dan Quinn said, come on, man, that's how we're starting this thing. And so you give the Lions in their #1 offense really good field position to begin with Jared Goff, who had an incredible season. David Montgomery is back for Detroit. He had an MCL injury, missed the last 3 games, and here he is back on that first carry. Just good to have him back in a short gain on that first down. You said it in the open. Jared Goff has been surgical this year.
He sure has. He's been poised. He's been confident. I think all the adversity he's had in his career led him to this moment. He was embraced by this city. Look, when you're not wanted out in LA and you move out here and you got a lot to prove, you come here with a chip on your shoulder, and I love how he's responded every step of this journey.
Montgomery again gets jacked in the backfield. Wow, Tante Fowler, unbelievable hit, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they're pulling the right guard, Mahogany, and he just can't get upfield on Fowler. It's a really good burst and explosion. He's always had that in his career, Fowler. Usually you see it in the pass game, but in the run game. And this Lions offense rarely gives those negative plays like that in the run game. This sets them back to 3rd much longer than they want.
Yeah, 13 to be exact. It's Goff with time. Lets it rip over the middle. Incomplete behind Tim Patrick, the receiver that time. And how about that? After the kick out of bounds, the Commanders force a rare 3-and-out on Detroit.
Well, both of these teams start so fast. Not used to seeing the Lions offense like that on the first couple plays. The play to Montgomery, not much there, and then really letting Fowler up the field, put you in a 3rd and long, and then misfire from Goff, who's been so surgical, KB. He's been such a precise passer. I think 72% completion percentage this year. So a tough way to start.
Here's Jack Fox, an all-pro this year. One of the better punting seasons of all time, actually. This is a rocket down into the corner and out of bounds. See where they put it. Somewhere maybe around the 13-yard line or so. And they'll keep walking it up. Actually, up near the 20. And so that's where Washington will take over. And we get to see this outstanding rookie, Jaden Daniels, who has maybe a good rookie quarterback season as there ever has been.
Yeah, he's proven to his teammates, the entire organization, the entire fan base, he could be trusted when all else fails. That's what you want out of your quarterback. He's got so much confidence in himself, and this team, they're all counting on him today to deliver like he has all season long.
He's getting greeted by a wall of sound to start. Here's Daniels on first down. Over the middle he goes. Zach Ertz has a catch and picks up 5 yards, and a good start for Washington to settle into this game just a little bit. Offensively, it's been Daniels, it's been McLaurin's been great, and they do a lot of this. They rarely huddle. Looking to throw, gets it out. There is McLaurin. He's got a seam and has a first down. Terry McLaurin, best year of his career in his 6th year in the league. 13 touchdowns for him, and that'll move the chains. And already we have an injury. It's Amik Robertson, who has been playing great on the outside since Carlton Davis was lost for the year with a jaw injury, and now he's down.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is a tough scene. Amik Robertson's been playing so well for the Lions, and they're already so thin in the secondary, and he got his arm kind of sandwiched in here, his left arm by Jack Campbell.
Oh, goodness.
And you see walking off with help very gingerly. And you feel for him. And for Detroit, they don't have a lot of bodies back there. They've been decimated by injuries. Kindle Vildor, number 29, will take his place. And it's 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Daniels looking to throw. Zips it out near side, and the ball is caught by Johnny Brown, who had a career day last week against Tampa, one of the best days of his career, working on Kindle Vildor. So we'll watch that matchup.
Yeah, there's an aspect of this team where they go on the ball, kind of a muddle huddle right now, like they're at the line of scrimmage. It really takes the crowd noise out of the game. You're kind of up here, and it's hard for this crowd to scream during the play, in the middle of the play. It's one great advantage when you run this effectively on the road. It's tough on the defense.
Blitz coming. Daniels sees it, dumps it off, has a completion and first down. It's Austin Ekeler, room to roll, breaking tackles. Ekeler dancing inside the 40. Lions, who blitz a lot, get burned there as Ekeler makes him pay for 24 yards.
Well, they block the pressure. Branch are trying to make a play. Aaron Glenn on the pressure, and no one's got Ekeler in the flat. Easy to toss it out there, and he's broken a lot of tackles. He's had a sensational year catching the football for this team. And they're right back on the ball.
How about this formation? They got multiple backs in the backfield. This time they get it to McNichols, who goes nowhere as Jack Campbell is there on that tackle. And you want to talk about calm, Tom. You know, talking about the rookie Jaden Daniels, how he's handled things. Well, casual on the road, you can't hear he's 4 for 4 facing the blitz.
He's got this tremendous poise that you see him just in his eyes. There's a calmness about him in the pocket. There's a calmness as he works through his reads. He always feels like he's in control. I love that about his game.
Daniels, pressure, rolls away and throws it away. Ekeler was covered well by Jack Campbell that time. And so for Washington, so many new moving parts on this offense, right? We tell you about Daniels, Ekeler, and Robinson will split time in the backfield. McLaurin, we've already seen him make a catch, and now a third down and long coming up. And we get movement, and the play is blown dead. Ron Torbert, our referee tonight.
False start. Offense number 63. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So they get it on Biadasz, the center.
Yeah, I'd love to see the replay on that. But the reality is when you get in these situations, yeah, Biadasz right there kind of puts the arm out, and that abrupt movement with his head can be seen as a deceptive kind of maneuver by the offense to get him to jump. It certainly drew the defender offside, but they don't get it off.
Got a timeout on the field with that. We'll be right back after this message from AT&T. Forward, now where do they mark him? Wow, on 3rd and 14, he's going to pick up about 13 and a half. And Washington, who goes for it and converts it, they convert more than anyone on 4th down. You bet your bottom dollar they're going to go here, and they are.
Yeah, just a design rollout, and here they are right on the ball. More pressure on defense. They're not aligned. Well, the ref's holding them a bit.
Marcus Mariota is on the field, the backup quarterback. That's him in motion, number 18. He's going to take the snap. Now he's in trouble, and he's dropped. He was trying to flip it, but he got tied up, and the Lions make a stand.
It almost looked like some type of fake quarterback sneak, and he was going to pitch it back to Daniels. But because of this, defensive front got penetration into the backfield.
This is going to be a 4th down game. Both these teams are as good as anybody. Lions go for it the most, convert a ton. Washington had converted the most. And so far, 0 for 1. Now the Lions, who went 3 and out on their opener, will take over. And here's Goff. Back to throw, protected, deep out. Williams, Jamison Williams has a connection up to the 48. He goes, and a dime from Goff.
A lot of cushion on this route from Sainer still, and he just turns him around. Williams with that speed, and when you turn on those jets, that corner's going to feel it. He opens his hip, Goff reads it, and just drives the ball to the perimeter of the field. I love those throws. One-on-one execution, and an absolute dot there by Goff to get him in rhythm.
180 was it.
Here's Jahmyr Gibbs getting a carry right side, sprinting through the hole. First down for Gibbs inside the 40 and still chugging. 15 yards for Gibbs and a first down behind this offense which led the league in scoring. They were second in the league in scoring. They're basically top 5 in every offensive category. They can beat you however they want to beat you.
Yeah, use a little tempo of their own.
Got him. Sees Gibbs. He's wide open. No one there. First down. Gibbs makes a cut inside the 15.
This is just an absolutely scary dude. Whether you hand it to him or whether you throw it to him, he can go the distance on any play. Every defensive coordinator in the league is fearful when he gets in the game because of his explosiveness.
Rips off a quick 23-yarder there. He's just got such amazing speed. Coming off a 4-touchdown game, Week 18 against the Vikings. Gibbs again. Tries to get outside, cuts up the field, inside the 5. 10-yard chunks for Jahmyr Gibbs, and they say they might spot him just short of that first. Let's see.
Well, one key I thought for Washington's defense, they got to get up and set the edge. They can't allow Gibbs to get outside of that. But Penei Sewell, when they got to have plays, they're going to run over the right side of that line of scrimmage, and there he is. One of the all-time greats, Barry Sanders. Oh, yeah. He loves this run game.
So they did mark him short. 2nd down and 1 it is. Here's Montgomery in the game. Looking, spinning, and down to the 1.5. He goes for Dorrance Armstrong, brings him down. Well, they call these two Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic, the speed of Gibbs, and Knuckles, the brash Montgomery, who's their touchdown scorer from inside the 5 usually, but he'll take a breather. It's like a line change.
Well, with both backs, they are very dangerous. Obviously, Montgomery's a powerful guy downhill. They love him down here in the low red. And they're really running it behind this offensive line, and they got their extra lineman in there, Skipper. See if they give it to Gibbs.
They will. Left side. Gibbs! Touchdown, Detroit!
They're must-see TV in the red zone. It's a little counter play. Motion the receiver in. Even when you defeat blocks like Payne did, he still has the speed to outrun that. It's really great execution. Walk-in touchdowns for this team are, you see them every single week. They just spring them free and they walk it in.
Extra point by Bates is good. So it started with a stop on 4 during the regular season, and he's got 1 this postseason. So it's 7-0 Lions. Washington had a really nice opening drive, but got stopped on 4th and 1, and they'll get it again. And they'll take it out from their own 30. It's really an amazing turnaround for their offense. Has been top 5 in a lot of categories, and as Tom said at the beginning, they are cardiac kids. They've won 6 in a row. 5 of them have been in the last possession of the game. Daniel's going to keep it. Has some room to run, too, and goes outside. And is going to pick up a few yards on 1st down. He will run a lot. Now the Lions defensively. They had so many injuries, and we just saw one in this game, Amik Robertson. Tom, they love to play man. Without him and with a running quarterback, I wonder how that changes.
Well, I think it's going to change. There hasn't been much man coverage so far today in the 9 or 10 plays that have been run. They've dealt with so many injuries this year, but you begin to wonder, can they really play the schemes they want? Down a bunch of pass rushers and now down a bunch of really good man coverage players in the secondary.
Daniels fires it near side, complete. There's McLaurin sliding down. He's got a 1st down.
They invested in their offseason in so many guys in the secondary. Carlton Davis, they drafted Terrion Arnold. Amik Robertson was actually playing very good in the slot. But then when you lose Carlton Davis to a broken jaw, now Amik Robertson early in the game, it forced you to go, okay, well, what are we going to do now? How are we going to slow down this offense that is so productive and prolific? Just these little jabs they throw at you.
Little flip. Eckler is buried. Anzalone can't miss him with the long blonde hair. Makes a big play.
Well, you got Anzalone right here as the weak side linebacker. And what's he do? He's just reading the pulling guard. Ertz comes around. and he's right on it. You got to get up on him. If there's one guy to block, and you're a Washington offensive lineman, you're a puller, get on Alex Anzalone. He's going to make every tackle.
Daniels, quick throw. Eckler again getting a lot of action early on and nowhere to go. Brian Branch comes up from the secondary to make that stop, and it's 3rd and long. Cliff Kingsbury running this offense. They've been good on 3rd down, 6th best in the league.
Okay, one aspect is Washington's got to stay ahead of the sticks. They can't deal with negative runs. You've talked about them being a really good 3rd down team, Kevin. They're good on 4th down, but they got to make it more manageable than 3rd and 10.
They go 5 wide, 4-man rush. Daniels has time, rips one near side. He's got a 1st down. A dart to Crowder from Daniels on point, and they convert.
Yeah, right on the ball. You see the tempo and just a very simple curl route right here. Branch is looking at Eisen, and there's Crowder. Just wide open, easy throw and catch. And if you're going to give him that type of protection, Jaden Daniels staying in the pocket, he's going to hit those all day.
And he's accurate. 69% of his passes on the year. He's been real good in that department. On the give, and there's a run up the middle to Robinson, who breaks through inside the 30. He goes to Brian Robinson, who led this team in rushing this year with 799 yards, picks up 14 there.
Yeah, it's a unique play call. That's basically a triple option. He can give it to the halfback downhill like Robinson just did. He can pull it and run it, and then he's got 3 receivers on the right side of the field he can throw to. So you call one play in the huddle, you get 3 options, and this rookie quarterback usually makes the right decision.
And a quick throw, and that is knocked away. Boy, it could have been intercepted. Great play that time by Zadarius Smith, who's been about everywhere in the NFC North.
See Jaden Daniels, 8 of 9. That's his 1st incompletion. They're just doing a good job of spreading things out. Again, he throws it with accuracy, poise, and nothing. So now he's 8 of 10, but nothing's too big of a deal for him. But I like what they're doing. Continue to get that ball out of his hands quickly, limit the impact of the defensive line, and force the Lions to deal with these guys in space. See if they can cover them.
Daniels going deep, far side of the field, incomplete. Tried to get to Olamide Zaccheaus, but Brian Branch was just all over him. Branch made his first Pro Bowl this year. Another 3rd and long coming up.
And he's an absolute stud. I love watching Brian Branch play. One of the underrated players in the league, and he's coming on in his 2nd year. He started the season basically at safety. Now he's playing more of a nickel role. He can cover, he can blitz, he's physical. He's exactly what Aaron Glenn used to be, and why Aaron Glenn loves him so much.
Third and 10, blitz coming. Daniels sees it over the middle. It is caught and then dropped. Incomplete. Boy, De'Ami Brown had it. Kendall Vildor, remember, in for the injured Robertson there to make the play, and it's 4th and long.
They played man coverage, and one thing you want to do is get this horizontal separation across the field. And Brown who had a great game last week in the wild card game against the Bucs, just can't pull it in. But really, that's just good effort and coverage.
Yeah.
Don't ever give up on it. Even though he may have it, use those hands, try to rake that ball out. It's a huge play for them when they're on 3rd down.
Now Gonzalez trying to get Washington on the board, 47 yards out. He had a game winner last week against Tampa from 37. This one is up, and it is holding true and good. Done an amazing job. 7-3 Detroit here, and they'll get it back. And a short kick going to be taken by Reynolds. And he's popped across the 25. So for those who may not know, Tom, you picked up a little side hustle a couple months ago, just buying a minority share of the Raiders. So, just normal type stuff. But with that, a cool thing is you get to be on these interviews and this head coaching search. And obviously we told you Glenn and Ben Johnson have done that. How have you evaluated them?
Oh, it's just been a great learning experience. What you realize, the league's full of great potential, and what I believe is the resumes, the accolades, they're all earned by what people do on the field. You earn your opportunities, and you do your performance and let that all do the talking, just as it should be, and as I did when I was a player.
Well, they've put plenty on tape, no doubt about it. Here's Goff. Over the middle, Sam Laporta's got his first catch, and he's got a first down. But I will say, while you got that going on, you're stuck with me here at Fox for the next 10 years, whether you like it or not.
Happily. I'd bite some kneecaps for you, KB. Whatever you need me to do, baby. You're a great teammate, and I love seeing great teams like this. The Washington Commanders, the Detroit Lions battle their way, change the culture. It took Coach Campbell a few years. I feel like Washington's take Coach Quinn 1 year, and they've got their teams right in the mix down to the final 8.
Here's Gibbs in space where he's so dangerous. Uh-oh! Gibbs finally taken out of bounds inside the 25. He's like on turbo here tonight.
It's just a different offense when he's in the game. You got Gibbs back here at the tailback. It's just a simple handoff, nothing fancy. This is just, they call that a Mike play. The fullback goes up on the middle linebacker through the defense, sheds chin right by him, and this just at open field speed. He's so fast, when he gets away from you, you are not catching him, JB.
Well, the Lions went 3 and out in their opening drive, but they are flying right now. Goff all day. Looking, slings it underneath, and has a completion to Laporta. Wow, really nifty from Goff there to kind of slide step. And how about the sidearm? I haven't seen him do that.
Drop it down from the hip, and Laporta was about his 3rd or 4th read right here. And just dips it down, tilts the shoulder. And there you go, just whip it out there.
You know, his father, Jerry, was a former catcher. They played baseball a lot. So, you know, go down, throw the ball down to second base. That's pretty good.
It's just an aspect of changing arm angles, and it's actually very efficient when you drop it down. The challenge is doing that when you're in the pocket. So when you get out of the pocket, you have the ability to drop it down because you're not throwing through those, you know, giants in there that are 6'7", 330 pounds.
Here's Montgomery, left side, tries to bounce it out and gets stacked up there. It's going to be about a yard short of a first down. Hey, play tonight's Fox Super 6 free-to-play game. Download the Fox Sports app right now. Number 1 seed Lions on the move again, up 7-3.
When I started in the league, everyone said, throw over the top. You know, no sidearm throws for a lot of good reasons. You know, don't roll right and throw it. Now I see all these young quarterbacks, Lamar, Patrick, their impact on the game and how they've influenced all these quarterbacks, pretty fun to watch.
Well, Matthew Stafford might have been the OG at that too, of course, started that here. Here's Goff in trouble. Ball is out. It's recovered by the Commanders. Goff gets hit. He lost it. Armstrong's the one that sacked him and punched it out. And Frankie Louvu has it.
There he is right here, Armstrong working his way through Glasgow. Goff just too loose with the ball, not sure the pocket and take away Goff's first read. They did both of those on that turnover play.
So here's Washington. Brian Robinson with a big seam up across the 35. And Robinson starting to get some traction here. Final 45 seconds for this Lions team. You know, again, we told you coming in with all the injuries on D, they've still been playing great, but they lose Amik Robertson. Aaron tells us questionable with an elbow injury. Didn't look great. And so Kendall Vindor plays for him. Final 30 seconds, first quarter. Blitz is coming. Robinson tries to beat it to the edge, and he's got a nice little gain up across the 40. He does. You know, this injuries for this defense has been the story, no doubt. As Robinson's going to pick up 5 yards. It's amazing. There's been weeks where guys have literally entered the building on Wednesday and they're starting on Sunday, and they keep on producing. We start the second quarter, 7-3 Lions, but the Commanders have it. And a 2nd and 5, and here's Daniels back to throw. A lot of time. Going deep, has a man. It is caught. De'Ami Brown beats Branch, and he's got it inside the 20.
You know, Daniels has all the time in the world standing back. It's just a two-man concept. Brown and McLaurin crossing each other deep down the field, and they lose track of Brown with that depth right behind, and pressure's back on the defense.
42 yards on that play. Here's Daniels trying to get to the outside, but Kirby Joseph chases him down.
If they're going to allow Daniels to stand in the pocket, they just jam. He's got all the time in the world to diagnose what he sees downfield, and he's an accurate passer. So basically 7-on-7 out there for him right now.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We told you all the injuries. The Lions blitz almost as much as anyone, and sometimes when they don't get home like that.
It's a challenge of losing a couple great pass rushers. You got to blitz. If you don't blitz, they're not getting much pressure. They got to pick and choose their spots.
Daniels surveying, thinking about running, will run. Just patient by Daniels that time to see the situation. No one was open, so he takes it inside the 10.
I think there's always multiple plays when he's got the ball, whether he's in a shotgun and they call a pass. If no one's open, he's got so much confidence in his legs, just scramble right out of the pocket and make positive yards. That allows them to produce a lot of plays during the game and then wear the defensive out. Where does that pay dividends? In the fourth quarter when the defense has been on the field a long time.
Third and 3. Daniels zips it near side, incomplete. Zacchaeus was covered well that time. And now 4th and 3, and let's see. I've told you Washington how efficient they are on 4th down. They went for it 5 times in the win against Tampa, converted 3 of them, including the game-winning touchdown, or the touchdown that got them back in it, I should say. They're going again. They're the numbers this year, 87%, which is nuts.
And when in doubt, the ball's in Daniels' hands. He's got options. He can give it, he can pull it and run. He can pass it off the run. There's a lot of options at his disposal.
Daniels throws over the middle, caught. Ertz, first and goal. So they go again on 4th. They convert, and it's a 1st and goal to the trusty Zach Ertz.
So the gotta have it moment, when you gotta have it, that's the guy they're thinking. Zach Ertz comes up big. He's been a veteran presence for this team and such a reliable target. He's got great hands, finds space over the middle. If it's not going to McLaurin, it's going to Ertz.
Ertz, the Pro Bowler, 7 touchdowns for him this year, but he goes off. Ryan Robinson in the backfield on a 1st and goal. Daniels looking to throw, far side incomplete. Try to get it to Bates, the backup tight end.
Yeah, those are the layups. You don't see a miss very often. Sometimes when they're that wide open, you pull the string a little bit. I'm sure that's a little bit of an anomaly. I haven't seen many of those this year.
Yeah. Now Ertz will come on back in. Commander's been so good in the red zone. They're 6th best in the NFL.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised for one of those triple options. Hand it to the back, pull it and run it, and he's got 3 receivers at the top of the screen.
Option 1, he's going to keep it. Nothing there. Kirby Joseph played it well and shoves Daniels out of bounds.
Very good defense. And when you are in the low red area, the safety is down very low as well. In the field, he's normally back in the middle of the defense, but Kirby Joseph is not very far from the line of scrimmage. He's got his eyes on Daniels the whole time, right there in the middle, reads him, plays right over the top of Robinson, and knocks him out of bounds.
Joseph, an all-pro this year, led the league in interceptions. He's been great. 3rd and goal coming up in the 10th play of this drive. Daniels floats one corner, incomplete. There's a flag. McLaurin, the intended receiver, he shakes his head like, yep, and that primarily looks like it's on Joseph.
Well, he's just running across the field. McLaurin tries to pass it off to Joseph, and he's going to get him beat, but he hooks him with the left arm.
Defense, number 31. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line.
That's what happens. You play man coverage. Well, the easiest way to beat man coverage in the low red is to run across the field, and it's just hard for the safety. He doesn't have as much speed as those receivers to keep up. So he hooks them, and now it's 1st and goal on the 1. New set of downs. See if they can punch it in.
Robinson, Anzalone wraps him up. I'll tell you what, Alex Anzalone, one of the injured Lions, right? He broke his left forearm Not a great injury. They thought he'd be out for longer. He comes back after 6 weeks. Week 18 was such a big game against the Vikings. Probably shouldn't have been playing. But as Dan Campbell said, hey, when you get the captain back, it revitalizes everybody.
Yeah, he's such a tough guy, and he read a quote from him. He's like, yeah, you know, it's sore. And I'm like, dude, you broke your arm 7 weeks ago. Of course it's sore. He's so tough.
So Aiden Hutchinson there, too, with that horrible leg injury earlier in the year, hoping to come back if the Lions make a run to the Super Bowl. But we'll see. Second down. Robinson up the middle. Touchdown, Washington. And they're in front. And there's an injured player on the play. Right guard Sam Cosme goes down. First a touchdown.
Zadarius Smith's unblocked here, and he's got to take that halfback right there. He's got Kirby Joseph outside for the keep if Daniels kept it. There was a little indecision in Smith, and that's where he ends up punching it through.
See a little love from Dan Quinn and Brian Robinson, who's he's been through a lot. In 2022, he was shot multiple times in a carjacking incident, right? So for him just to come back and be okay, oh man.
It's a big loss, KB. He's their best offensive lineman. He's so athletic. Let's hope it's not too bad.
So they work on Cosme, and now it's Gonzalez to try the extra points. And he's got it. So the command stopped on the 4th and 1. They've got 173 yards of offense already.
It's been a very challenging situation for this defense. I think when you lose Meek Robertson like they did, Coach Glenn's in a little bit of a quandary. Do I play a little man to get up there and force these passing game to get open in tight man coverage? Do I play more zone? They've chosen to play a little bit more zone, but they haven't gotten any pressure on Jaden Daniels. So now he's standing back there in the middle of the pocket, hit some explosive plays. Been very accurate this far, 10 of 16. So solid start for the Commanders. Up 3 with 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Dan Quinn is loving this right now.
No doubt. Here's Reynolds. And good little stutter step, and then gets belted up to the 30 there by Michael Walker. 22. I mean, they killed people when they beat them. That's why they got the #1 seed. Here's Goff looking to throw, looking to air it out, going deep down the field. Jamison Williams. Oh, he just missed him.
Oh, it's a great throw. And he's throwing to his fastest receiver. Jamison Williams breaks down St. Rastrill on the post, and it's like 6 inches too long. And he's going for the home run ball. St. Brown was crossing the field. He had him too. So when you have those plays, those are the long foul balls that close isn't good enough in the playoffs. Certainly, you got to try to take advantage of those when you get them.
Goff to throw it again over the middle. Has a completion there. Amon-Ra St. Brown who makes the catch. Ben Johnson showed you those records. So he's the guy behind him. 3rd year he's run this offense. 6th year in Detroit. He was a tight ends coach before that, and in the second quarter they've been so good. I mean, look, they've been good all around, but it's been a perfect fit. But as we said, both he and Aaron Glenn interviewing for head coaching jobs, and this might be their last ride together. We'll see. 3rd and 3. Goff looking, going deep again, trying for St. Brown. He's got it. There's a flag on the play, so let's see. But what a throw and catch to Amon-Ra.
They might call a pick play there on Patrick. It's going to be close, but they had the kill. I mean, they were running it.
To the pass, holding.
Oh.
Defense, #1. The penalties decline. The yardage gain is enough for a first down.
So it's the route. It just ends up being a little pick play, and then he's around. He actually makes a perfect throw.
Wow.
Right there to St. Brown, right in his hands. Perfect throw.
Igbenogany was all over.
All over it. What a player Igbenogany's been for this defense, too. Tight coverage requires tight throws, and like I said, Goff's been surgical, and throwing to St. Brown, that's a tough combo to stop.
Yeah, here's Gibbs. He's been tough today. Up the middle he goes, dancing around, and another first down. I mean, every time he gets the ball, you feel like he's going to take it to the house.
He's almost 10 yards downfield before he even gets touched. I think he has this incredible speed into the line of scrimmage because he has so much trust in the offensive line. And you don't often think about running back offensive line chemistry, but these running backs trust that there's going to be people that are blocked so they can hit it hard. We always talk about chemistry with quarterbacks and receivers. There's chemistry between running backs and offensive line as well.
Gibbs again, left side. And searching around, well played that time by Washington as Jonathan Allen made the tackle. Impressive that Allen's even playing. He tore his pec, which is normally a season-ending injury back in week 6. You know, he's been back a few weeks. He rehabbed it and he's back playing, and he's been one of their best deep players for a long time.
Yeah, so much toughness on this defensive line in general. They added a lot of players this offseason to fit the scheme, and they didn't go out and overspend on 1 or 2 guys. They brought a bunch of guys in that were familiar with Coach Quinn's defense, and they still have Payne and Allen to kind of play in the middle. And
here's Raymond sprinting through. Raymond is down inside the 5 on the marker at the 2. He got a great block from Amon-Ra St. Brown.
On that aspect of this Detroit offense, who do you stop, KB? If you're the defensive coordinator, do you stop Gibbs? Do you stop Montgomery? Oh, don't forget about Williams on the post. Oh, don't forget about St. Brown over the middle. And then you're thinking about Raymond. And there he goes, right up into the defense and down inside the 5-yard line.
Lions go jumbo. They bring on Dan Skipper again. They go I formation. And Montgomery's back in the backfield. Fake. Goff. Pressure. In trouble. Throw. Oh! He caught it! Touchdown, Laporta!
As I'm up here, I'm watching Goff scrambling. I'm going, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. And he's like, oh no, I'm gonna hold this, see if someone can uncover right in his face under duress. And Laporta left-handed. Look at that, outstretched arms. What a catch.
Did you happen to see Dan Skipper was running around on that play too?
He was the intended target, KB.
Oh gosh, what a catch by Laporta. That was just sensational. Now the extra point is up, and that is good.
I want you guys to take a look at Dan Skipper right here. Kind of blocks, Goff on the play action. He's got Wagner, he's got Louvu. He's getting double covered. Talk about drawing attention to the defense, but you know, the guy they should probably get is Laporta in the back of the end zone. What a catch, and oh, Sewell getting bent back, similar to what Cosme happened there. And I'll tell you, a game of attrition. We saw some tough injuries, and it takes a lot of tough guys to battle through those.
Sewell signaled that he was okay. Hopefully he is, because that did not look great. Well, 1 week after the Super Bowl, drivers, so you have to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Can't miss him.
They send him out on a few routes, and he can be a little focal point, so.
Amazing.
But I'm getting Laporta. I'm not getting Skipper. If they throw it to Skipper, okay. Better Skipper than Williams, Montgomery, or Gibbs.
Fair. 14-10 Lions. Washington's got it. Trent Scott has come in at right guard for Sam Cosme. We showed you who got hurt earlier, so now it's Scott, the veteran. Number 73 at right guard.
Looks like they're trying to tighten up the coverage.
Daniels on the keeper, gets a great block and now bounces outside. Boy, it looked like he had a lane right up the middle there, and he went outside, then there was not much.
Yeah, when they spread those formations way out, he's just counting numbers. If it's 2 over 2, he knows he's got an opportunity to hand it to the back or pull it, and he's got some space. Just that space closes pretty quick when you're the quarterback and you're running on the perimeter. More man coverage, one-on-one at the bottom.
Second down, blitz coming. Daniels sees it, throws near side, has a completion, and that is good for a first down. De'Ami Brown hauls it in and pick up 9 yards and move the chains.
Yeah, there's an aspect of Coach Glenn where he wants that tight man coverage, force those one-on-one throws. He wants them very physical at the line of scrimmage, and he's got to go back and forth because cover one isn't always the best against a running quarterback because those defensive backs are so focused on their receivers, if Daniels runs, they can't tackle him.
Daniels, quick throw, far side, get it out there to McLaurin. Breaks through, Terry McLaurin, foot race, McLaurin is gonna win! Touchdown, Washington!
That's just another RPO. Such a simple offensive play, but hard to defend. They end up blitzing Branch on the top of the screen, but it leaves you 3-on-1 in coverage, and you just can't get him on the ground. Runs through one tackle. Joseph tries to take the angle, but McLaurin's got too much speed. And again, that's the challenge of this offense. If you put numbers over the top of the receivers, they run it. If you try to pressure them, you're exposed because they have more blockers on the perimeter when they spit the ball out there to their receivers.
Wow. 59 yards from McLaurin, who they confirmed is inbounds, as Mike Pereira tells us. Extra point, up and good. Officially, they mark it as 58 yards, but these Commanders are making a statement. They had a big win in Tampa. They're saying they're not going away. The number 6 seed here, the 1 seed Lions. A lot of offenses we thought we could get with these two explosive offenses. Now it's Reynolds. Oh, good special teams tackles by Mikey Seymour still. Back to the touchdown. Why did this work,
I just want you to see it's a numbers game. As soon as Branch blitzes, you're left with 2 defenders on 3 receivers. That's all Jaden Daniels is reading. Feels the blitz, swings it out there. Now they're in a world of hurt. They got blockers ahead of McLaurin. He's got to just kind of split the defenders, no problem. Then it's a foot race. This is not a guy you want to be in a foot race with.
Yeah, it was over 20 miles an hour on that run. He can go. So, and we get some movement here. Sam Laporta looked like he had some movement.
I'll tell you, the challenge, KB, I see is there's just an emotional letdown when you are the number 1 seed in the playoffs.
Offense number 87, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And you're playing against a team that's had to play a wild card game. You fully expect to go in your home stadium to have a lead here in the second quarter. Now you're looking up, you're down 3, the crowd's basically out of it. They feel the anxiousness of the team. This is where you can't panic. This is where that mental toughness that Coach Campbell has really brought this team, this is where it's got to show up.
On first down, give it to Gibbs. He's had a great first half so far, and Gibbs, not much that time. Played well by Dante Fowler. You know, it's interesting when you look at the Lions, obviously they're moving the ball today, right? We've seen some explosive plays for both teams, but you thought the keys for them today were what?
Well, I felt one of the keys was getting the ball outside of the defensive line, really trying to get Gibbs to the perimeter. They've done that a few times. And then they handle the protection elements from this blitzing defense. You saw it with Goff on the fumble. They've got to solidify the middle of that pocket in the pass game. Those were the 2 keys.
Second and long. Goff, some pressure again, lets it fly high. It's intercepted, picked off by Quan Morton. Morton with some blocks, inside the 20, still going. Morton, pick 6.
Jared Goff has had all of his interceptions this year in zone coverage. He's got Laporta in his flare control right underneath, wide open. And he's just got to drive Laporta the ball. Instead, he gets greedy. Like I said, you feel when you're down. And when you throw high balls over the middle in zone coverage, you're asking for trouble.
So Quan Morton, the safety, second-year player from Illinois, with the pick on the high throw. He takes it back 40 yards. And now he's going back to get looked at. Frankie Louvu with the big hit. And Mike Pereira, they're set to kick off here. I want to get you in on a second because Lions fans are saying, wait a second, how is that a legal hit? First to kick. Reynolds. Across the 25. Mike, back to the hit. Mike, take us through this and what you saw on this play.
Yeah, the key is here that you have an interception, of course. And at that point then, after the interception during the entire play, the quarterback is considered defenseless. You can block him if he pursues the play, but you can't hit him in the head or neck area, which Luvu did. So this should have been called, which would have resulted, with the ball still live, a 15-yard penalty from the 5-yard line.
Wow, so that would have been Washington football at that point. And now Goff is out of there, and Teddy Bridgewater has come in the game. They just signed him a few weeks ago. He was a high school football coach at Miami Northwestern. Out of the game, and now we get a flag. Nightmare fuel for Lions fans right now.
False start. Offense number 26. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, and you already see it there when Teddy Bridgewater was coaching high school football this year. And now he gets in there, and they're dealing with new cadences. Offensive line, how much can they really adjust to the new quarterback? And I think if you're Ben Johnson, you're thinking, got to get the ball to the running backs. I'm not going to put this necessarily right in Teddy Bridgewater's hands at this point. Use the backs, use the offensive line, see if we can get some first downs here, and Goff can get back in the game.
Gibbs will help up the middle. Good hole. Gibbs spinning across the 35. It helps when you have a guy like Gibbs. Tempo here, under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Bridgewater to throw it. Back to throw he goes, has a completion over the middle of the first down. Gibbs has that catch. So Tom, just as we catch our breath here, a lot's gone on, right?
Yeah, lots gone on.
But here's Bridgewater, who was coaching high school football a few weeks ago. Remember, he was a Pro Bowler, had a real good year with Minnesota, tore his knee in multiple locations in 2016. So he's got experience, but not this year. You saw Goff has come out of the locker room. That's good news.
Yeah, and the reliance on the backup quarterback is so important. Even in this, for 3 or 4 plays, hold down the fort, gain a first down until we see if Goff can come back in the game.
Gibbs, little trickery. Jamison Williams, end around. Williams needs a block, gets it. Williams cuts back. Jamison Williams is gone. 61 yards.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, this is video game stuff right here. Bridgewater in, gain a first down, the counter, the reverse, and Jamison Williams in space. You aren't getting him on the ground either. Look at the convoy, and then the cut back. This is unbelievable, KB.
Kick is up and good. Wow. This game is drunk. It's wild right now. We'll be right back after this message. Jamison Williams had a long touchdown run in the championship game in San Francisco last year. And that's what he does. I mean, 5th touchdown of 50-plus this season. He is a home run hitter. The Lions bring in Teddy Bridgewater, and they call up a trick play, and Jamison Williams just outruns anybody. I mean, this is some first half. 24-21 Washington. With 4 minutes still left to go. You all right? The heart racing a little bit there?
It's unbelievable just watching this and the offensive explosion, the back and forth. And I didn't necessarily think we'd be in for that type of game, but you see some of these injuries and they reflect on this inability to slow down Washington, and therefore Detroit, it's hard to slow down, and they've always got that aggressive mentality. We got a shootout. Simple play here. They're running the counter, and he fakes it, and it's just an end around. Right to Gibbs, to Williams, and then the convoy. That wall of blue bodies out in front. You're not getting this guy to the ground in open space. He's celebrating from the 15-yard line. Gibbs is probably the only guy with that speed that can match him down the field. Yeah, that's the way to bring the team right back to life.
That gave this crowd some juice. Here is Eckler, left side, run up the middle. A good strong run for Eckler. He's going to pick up 8 yards on that first down carry.
So they're going to have to find ways to slow down this run game. That, again, was another option. He had the option to pull it and throw it outside. There were numbers covering the receivers, so he just hands it off. Big game.
Time Daniels going to keep it, and there's a seam. Daniels, first down, dances around in the Lions territory. That, I know you called it a triple option earlier in the game. It's given Detroit trouble.
Well, there's the triple option again. He can hand it to the back, he can pull it and run himself, or he throws the ball to Ertz in the flat. It's dealer's choice, and that's the challenging part. When you're this defense, you have not faced anything like this all season. It's going to take you time to understand the speed of the players you're dealing with and all the different variations that this team can run off of those run plays.
And spins his way for 2. So Jack Campbell wrestles him to the ground. Well, look, I guess we shouldn't be surprised, because when you look at the teams when they have the ball, the highest percentage of drives that have resulted in points, the Lions and Commanders are 1-2. Well, Bills right there too.
And I know this is not working for Detroit's defense to try to be overly aggressive. If I'm playing zone defense, I'd rather die a slow death here against this offense than give up those 60, 70 yards explosive plays. Do your job, play physical, and try to keep everything in front of you.
Second down, they blitz again. Daniels, though, has some time. Lets it rip, floating it deep down the field, going for Brown. He's got it! A perfect throw to De'Ami Brown! Wow!
Dan Marino told me, you can't guard a perfect throw. How does he see that ball? Kirby's got his hand in his face, and Brown continues. Kirby Joseph is favoring McLaurin a little bit. They call that leaning to a receiver. That allows you that space across the field, and an absolute perfect throw. Drops it right in the bucket. Eyes basically closed from Brown. It didn't matter, because it was going to land right in his chest. Another explosive play.
A 38-yard beauty, and now it's 1st and goal for the Commanders. 2 minutes to go in this first half, and it's been a fun one, no doubt. Daniels to keep, and slides up the middle for 2.
Yeah, very good disciplined defense there. Understand that if he does pull it, there's linebackers there to tackle him in there in the hole. And Washington has done so many things so well. Jaden Daniels throwing the ball so accurately, 13 and 19, 237 yards, getting everybody involved. And what I love, it's been a very clean game, no turnovers. And if you're Detroit, those 2 turnovers are a big problem. Still right there, so competitive. A lot of these red zone possessions are going to determine the outcome of the game. 3 points or 7 points.
Eckler in the backfield, Daniels to throw it. Nothing there. Pressure. Floats one in the corner, McLaurin, but really just throwing it away. And now it's 3rd down and goal. Well played by the Lions. These 2 coaches, great offenses, so aggressive. You wonder if they don't get it here, if Dan Quinn's already thinking about going forward on 4th. We'll see.
He's got to have it plays. We talked earlier, Ertz, but he's not in there anymore.
Yeah, he came back.
Oh, he's back
being
good.
Checked in the protocol, but Ertz back there
great
on this play.
Yep, there he is right there. He's our got to have it player in the red area.
Daniels, 4-man rush this time, zips it in, caught by your guy, Zach Ertz, touchdown.
For a quarterback, you always have that feeling of where your critical, dependable, consistent players are, and Ertz is that for this team. That little stutter route at the goal line, on the safety, Melifonwu, and that's just a matchup advantage for Washington. Good, mature decision by Daniels, and a good throw.
Zach Ertz, touchdown, extra point is up, and good by Gonzalez. And boy, Jaden Daniels is having a day. He has been terrific. Commanders 31-21, and now it's 1:46 to go in this first half. Let's find out what's coming up. Halftime show with Kurt Menefee.
This year, and it's been a great football season, very competitive. Certainly when you get to the Final 8, to me, this is the best weekend in football. See, the best teams in the league, everyone who's got to this point has earned it. Nothing's given to you in the NFL. You can't buy a ring. Nobody gives it to you. You got to go out there with a lot of hard work and earn it. And when you play playoff football and everything's on the line, it's not like you flip a switch the week of the playoffs and say, all right, guys, now it's the playoffs. You're thinking about that in May. The switch is flipped. When you're a good team, you are thinking about this moment all season long. And they finally got here. Now they got to deliver.
Now we'll see if Jared Goff comes back on the field. Hey, we're obviously heartbroken by all the devastation and destruction from the wildfires across the greater Los Angeles area. Families, so many affected by these fires, and they urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross respond to and help people recover from these disasters. Donate today. Support relief efforts by going to redcross.org/NFL. So good news is Jared Goff is back in the game for the Lions. Bad news is Detroit's down by 10 with 1:46 to go. 2 timeouts in this first half. Here's Goff to throw. Pressure. Gets it underneath. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's wide open, up for an 11-yard gain and a first down, and a good drive starter here.
Very good protection for Goff. He's surgical when he's not under duress, and the guy he looks for is St. Brown. That combination is pretty much unstoppable. You're going to see more of that on this drive.
4-man rush. Goff over the middle again. And that ball is caught. Going to be about 8-2 Laporta, who had the amazing touchdown catch earlier today.
You got 1:15 left in the half. You're making sure Washington doesn't touch it. You're just thinking about how do we get the ball out of bounds. You got 2 timeouts.
Goff can't find anyone. Now across his body throws, and that is, did he catch it? He did! Wow, Gibbs, what an effort. Catch that football. We'll take a look and see if he did. That was a great effort. Let's see.
It's a 30-second timeout.
Great catch.
Oh.
Very close.
Let's see.
It's probably a better angle. Twists his body.
Oh boy. I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, definitely, yeah, that ball's out.
I mean, Mike, it looks to us like this is incomplete. They called catch on the field, however. What do you see?
Yeah, what you see is the ball slipped through his hands, and it appears to me to be incomplete. And remember now, if it is, then they're going to get their timeout back that they called here.
Right, because they're taking a look upstairs. Inside 2 minutes, if they do overturn, we'll see. That was a great effort, but it certainly looks like that would be incomplete.
Yeah, very good protection. But I think when you take away Goff's first read, he does get a little jittery in the pocket. And that's what part of this game plan that the Commanders had. And I thought one of the keys for this defense was taking away Goff's first read, applying pressure to the middle of the pocket, disrupt his timing. It worked on the fumble. And again, back there's certain guys who love the ball in their hands, moving around a lot like Jaden Daniels does. Goff is more of an on-time passer. And again, he can be absolutely surgical. When they play zone defense, you force them to hold the ball a little bit, and you allow that defensive line to pressure the quarterback.
Well, Lions are moving back. We haven't had an announcement yet, but it seems like they've obviously overturned this, and they'll reset the clock and give the Lions their timeout back. Here's Ron Torbert.
After reviewing the play, it is an incomplete pass. Detroit's timeout will be restored to them. Detroit now has 2 timeouts remaining. Please set the game clock to 1 minute 4 seconds, please. 1:04. It's 3rd down.
Can someone get some throat coat tea for Ron Torbert?
I know what he feels like. I had that about 5 weeks ago.
You did. So Tom, interesting here, 3rd down, but you want to not give the ball to Washington. So a big play.
Yeah, so important for them to end the half with the ball in their hands. Very critical 3rd down. St. Brown is obviously a go-to player for the Lions, and they got Gibbs in the backfield if they want to hand it off.
They will hand it off. Gibbs, first down. Gibbs racing inside the 45. He goes down to the 41. Under a minute to go, and they will not call a timeout.
I'd say hugely important play there, giving it to Gibbs and getting that. Gets him obviously in the field goal range, but they're thinking more with those 2 timeouts. Got to get something to the sideline. Get out of bounds.
Goff tipped to the line and incomplete. That got knocked down there by Clelin Ferrell, the veteran. And it stops the clock with 42 seconds to go.
That's how high-flying offense is today. You got Gibbs averaging 10 a carry. But making good decisions for Goff in this situation and so critically important for any quarterback. You want to always keep the defense playing defense. Get them on their heels. Complete balls in bounds. Don't let them use their communication on defense to dial up any blitzes.
Goff double pumps in stride. Gibbs has it for a first down inside the 30 and well in field goal range. And they take their second time out with 34 seconds to go in this first half. Pretty amazing time. First half, we've got well over 600 yards of offense.
One play after another play, and there's such explosive players on both sides of the ball between Daniels and McLaurin.
Hold on a second. Does he have a pulse right there? I mean, he's dropped 31 on the #1 seed. He's just like, yeah, all right, I'm good.
His heart's beating 32 beats per minute right now.
It's amazing.
He's like, what's going on? A football game? There's 70,000 people here. We're in Detroit. Nothing's a big deal to him. What poise and composure, and I could see why. Obviously, Rookie of the Year, probably will most likely win that for great reason. And if you're a Washington Commander fan, having this guy at the helm for a long time, you're going to see a lot of great football.
And we get a whistle as Washington's going to call a timeout here, their first
Timeout.
of the half.
Washington, this is their first of the half. 30 seconds.
Well, to unpack this, I feel like we need another entire quarter just to discuss what we've seen. Because
a lot of reasons. They're called the Cardiac Commanders because they've done this to teams all season long.
Here's Goff. Pressure. Steps away beautifully. Firing for the end zone. Oh, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Sainristil, who's now looking to take it out. And Sainristil is going to go down. The third turnover over the first half for Detroit. And this one in the end zone with 22 seconds to go in the half.
Unbelievable. Third turnover of the half, and he's got Williams on the post. Every corner in the league, when they run those posts, is going to try to undercut. It's a tight throw. You almost got to bring him across the field to the other hash. But Sainristil is running for that undercut, and he makes a terrific play. The rookie from Michigan, all the Wolverine fans in this state, he did that for them as well in their national championship season. Second round pick for the Commanders. He has been an unbelievable pickup and draft pick by Adam Peters, who's revamped this roster and has got a 10-point lead against the #1 seed in the NFC as you go to the
Sorry. Well, you had a few that did, so that's the good news.
Agreed.
7 of them, as a matter of fact. So high scoring, that's the deal. Lions obviously a long way to go here. And we'll see the Commanders will get it first. And now curious how the Lions handle this half. Aaron Andrews, what do you got?
Well, I had a Dan Campbell coming out of halftime, and he barely had a or if we score, then get a stop. If we do that, it's going to be a one-score game. But until we figure that out, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes here with the Commanders getting it first. And Daniels who had that amazing first half. Going to give it right up. They got Robinson, giant hole. Robinson who trucks over Joseph, and a good start to the drive as he picks up 14 yards.
More of what we saw in the first half. Stick the ball in the running back's belly, straight downhill, and nobody to stop him. At some point, the defensive line has to build a wall, close the space. Can't be 9 yards into the defense before he gets touched.
Daniels on the keep, being chased down. Oh, great play. Brian Branch saw it all the way, made the tackle, and Daniels going to lose a couple yards. Bring up second down. Well, Cliff Kingsbury in his first year coming over with Dan Quinn, your former teammate in New England. He's been the unheralded hero for this offense.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's had quite a coaching journey. It's now this year landed him in Washington. He's one of the great play callers, and he's really, when Jaden Daniels was brought to this team, he thought about how can I get him integrated quickly? How do we get him up to speed? They understand what Jaden Daniels does well. They incorporated so many of those things into this offense.
Daniels will throw it, blitz right on his face. Daniels gets away, and he's going to be tackled after gaining a couple. Amazing to avoid the sack there, but Josh Paschal caught up to him, and it's 3rd and long.
And just back to Cliff. He has such great passion and a great work ethic. He is all football. He's been that way since he was drafted by the Patriots. He became a great friend over 20 years ago. And again, he really embraced his journey. You know, sometimes when you're the head coach, there's so many things on your plate. This year, he got back to coaching football. He's absolutely loved it.
3rd and 11. Penalty flag flies. Daniels rips it over the middle, and it is knocked away, incomplete. But let's see, as Arnold on the play, see what this flag is here.
Illegal shift by the offense. The offense did not get set after the shift. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
Oh boy, do the Lions need that.
And I said, I think they should settle and play zone. They blitzed on 4 straight plays, KB. What do I know?
You know, a tiger is not going to change his stripes,
Well
right?
said.
Is that the saying? I mean,
look at Coach Glenn right there. That's who he is. I played against him. He had one mentality. He was undersized. He did not care. He was going to get up your face, and I learned fast not to go after him when I was a young player. That's what he's instilled in this defense. Let's see what they got in store in the second half.
here's Tressway, who hasn't punted in 2 games, basically. Gets off a boomer inside the 5. Oh, look at this bounce. Back inside the 10 where it's down there. Where we are to this point, there's a lot of yards for each team, and they're moving the ball. The turnovers have been the story. Washington not only has taken it away 3 times, but one of them was a pick 6 from Quan Martin. And a big reason they're up by 10. Now Jared Goff, 2 interceptions and a fumble in the first half, and got his bell rung on that pick 6. We'll see how he responds here. They start from the 9. It's David Montgomery getting in there. Tries to bounce it outside, and Sean Lattimore breaks that tackle. Montgomery chugs forward for a first down. Well, we told you about the hit. This was serious on this interception return. Frankie Louvu hitting Goff, and you heard Mike Barrera say that should have been a penalty, and this touchdown should not have counted. But you wonder if that hit has affected him a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, you take those type of hits and think you kind of go to the tent to check on you, and happy he's back out there for his team. That's what franchise quarterbacks need to do. There's no time to hide. You go out there, own the mistakes, and play better in the second half.
Goff, and just kind of dirts it there for Laporta. Incomplete. Well, it's going down. Can we get Gordon Ramsay in the booth to make us some food pregame? That would be cool.
Come on. Get him to work. Got all that Fox talent in there. Make Gronk spike the ball. Gordon makes some chicken wings for us. It'd be perfect.
All for it. Montgomery cuts back again, and still fighting his way forward for every extra inch. You know, it's interesting talking about Montgomery, and this running back duo has been so good. And with Dan Campbell telling us, you know, I love Montgomery. He sets the tone for our team. He's so tough, obviously. He's like, but the only thing is when he's out there, that means Gibbs isn't out there. Absolutely.
Well, they're both fearless runners, and David Montgomery has been a bell cow for this team and his running style, caving people's face mask in.
Yeah.
But then you got Gibbs, who's just so explosive. So in this game, with 26 minutes remaining, you got tough choices to make.
Montgomery gets it again. Montgomery is buried. There's a flag too, but the Commanders all over it. Fowler and Louvu were there. And now let's see the penalty.
Yeah, maybe a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Get it on Fowler, and the Lions will take it.
Yeah, it's very good run defense. Louvu's in on the tackle. Oh, it's actually not. Just a shoulder pad. Looked like a face mask, but he didn't get the face mask. Just it looked like it when he twisted his body around, but there was no penalty there.
And you know what? The way the rules are set up right now, replay assist cannot change that. But you know what? I don't know why. They should be able to change that.
I agree. Too big of a call. They finally make a stop in this run game, and a bad call there by the referee allows an easy first down for the Lions.
See if they take advantage. Here's Gibbs. He's at 9 carries for 96 yards in this first half, but that time played pretty well by Washington. Noah Igbenogany kind of forced him out. Well, we talked about this running back duo, how great they've basically last since Barry Sanders in every rushing category, but they have formed quite the tag team. Here's Sonic outside, and short game. Played well by Washington.
Yeah, back-to-back run plays that build in a wall. And again, they go at a half Washington's defense and say, we got to make some adjustments too. We can't give up almost 10 yards of carry to Gibbs. We got to play this run more effectively. We got to lock out. We got to build a wall. We can't give up those big seams. And they did it there on those first 2 plays of that drive, first 2 plays of this set of downs. It's a big time moment here for Jared Goff. Struggled in the first half. 3rd and 10's got to deliver here.
4-man rush. Goff stands in, delivers Amon-Ra, St. Brown, first down and more, and he delivered, and so did St. Brown, who takes it down to the 38, and 19 yards on 3rd and long.
Just like that. Gotta have it, throw it to one of the baddest dudes in the league, St. Brown. Reminds me so much of a young Hines Ward. Kind of unheralded, does all the dirty work, so unselfish, catches everything, blocks in the run game. Jared Goff could close his eyes and throw it to St. Brown, knowing exactly where he's going to be. Incredible chemistry between those two.
Fake to Gibbs. Goff stands in, hit as he throws, and the ball is low, so Gibbs couldn't get it. You know, St. Brown has done this before, but he went back for the playoff run to the St. Brown blue here. And as a matter of fact, he's got his own shirt with the blue-headed St. Brown on the back of it. See, you can see, I mean, how cool is that? That's a pretty neat T-shirt.
It's a good-looking haircut.
A Honolulu blue. Did you ever do a Honolulu blue haircut?
I frosted the tips once. That only lasted about, I don't know, a day.
I mean,
it's a bad decision.
I'm from New Jersey. Of course I had frosted tips at one point. There you go. 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Pressure. Throws it. Gibbs looking for some blocks. Patient. Gibbs. Oh, spinning around. What a play. So patient by Gibbs, who set up his blocks, and he's got a first down.
It's a nice job by Ben Johnson just getting his playmaker the ball in space. Okay, they kind of freeze up that run defense. They build the wall. Okay, how do we eliminate some of the defensive linemen? Let's just spit the ball out there to the perimeter outside of the defensive line and get it to Gibbs in space. That's a good recipe right there.
Montgomery in for Gibbs here. Pitch it to Montgomery. Oh, now pitch to St. Brown. Room up the middle. Amon-Ra St. Brown inside the 10. How about that play? A lateral and a shovel. And St. Brown with a big gainer has 20.
What? I've never seen that in my life. Literally, it's almost a toss crack. Fowler's unblocked, but no, it's a little shovel back to St. Brown. Great execution. And I guess when you believe in your players so much, you'll basically do anything.
Yeah, first one was a lateral, second one was a pass. That was wild. Lions the kings of that, though. The trick play, they're so good. First and goal. It is Gibbs. Left side, it gets popped. Frankie Luvu, he's had a few of those. Lattimore in there for support, too.
He was trying to get to what I would call a premium play. Kill. And he's running to the left. Hands it off, and they actually have it. If the receiver, Patrick, just blocks the corner, it's a walk-in touchdown.
11th play of this drive. Gibbs up the middle. Gibbs, shoulder down, touchdown, Detroit.
Yeah, the season is on the line, and you're just giving it to the best player on the field right now. Jahmyr Gibbs, they flash St. Brown back. He sees the crease, downhill, dealing with Chin on the goal line, who's about a 220-pound safety. Not easy to run through. Gibbs just has to continue to touch that ball, just like he did on that drive. What an answer by Detroit.
Lions took advantage of it, and they needed it. Defensively, they got to stop. They go down the field, 91-yard drive, and Jahmyr Gibbs has been out of control here tonight. His second rushing touchdown. Why don't we take a look at tonight's next-gen stats powered.
The perimeter. Wouldn't be surprised if Kingsbury gets back to some of those early play calls.
Here's Daniels. Blitz coming, steps away. Daniels saw it, just calmly moved away. Out across the 30 he goes. You know, I talking to Aaron Glenn this week, and I loved what he said, Tom. He said, you know, all these guys coming in, all the injuries, he said it wasn't about the playbook. It was about the play style. And you talked about how all they did was blitz to start the half. I don't think he's changing, is he?
No, play style's aggressive. The die is cast. They're going to do what they believe works, what they've done all season. Their last play, Brian Branch blitz, played Superman over the top of the backer. Limited Jaden Daniels just a couple, 1 yard there on that scramble. Done a good job containing him on those scrambles thus far.
They're blitzing again. Here comes Branch. Daniels gets away from him, turns on the speed. First down for Daniels. He saw it coming. He ran right away from him to pick up the first down.
Well, there was some crazy stat I saw this week on unblocked blitzers. He's made 300 yards rushing. Here it is. Off the left, unblocked, but nope, I'm faster than you. Let me get outside the pocket, try to deal with me in space, and Campbell's got to track him down from behind.
Meanwhile, Branch actually asked out of the game. He came up a little slow on that play, and now coming out to look at Fatu Melifonwu. Remember, this game started for Detroit. Amik Robertson, their outside corner, who's been great, out with an elbow injury.
Melifonwu coming out. Branch is being looked at right now. This is, again, a lot of injuries over the course of the season. How many can they really endure and still play the style they want to play? Challenging situation for Coach Glenn. Understanding that it's just different when you don't have your premier guys in there.
So Branch will have to come out here for this play. Meanwhile, we showed you Melifonwu coming out. So here's Maurice Norris, a rookie who has played a grand total of 1 snap this year. But you know what? He's in there in the divisional playoffs. First down. Robinson bouncing around to the edge, and Robinson will get a penalty flag. He's going to pick up about 5. Let's see what the flag is.
Yeah, flag, just unnecessary roughness on Daniels. He gave the ball to Robinson and got his clock cleaned
foul,
on the give.
Roughness. Defense number 93.
Oh, yeah.
15-yard penalty. First down.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, right to the head and neck. I know he can't go there. Maybe a little bit of frustration in dealing with a lot of these option type plays all day long. You just can't have those and give them 15 yards. It's hard enough to stop these guys when you're playing well and stout. To give them 15 yards, it's certainly going to lead to points on this drive.
Officially an illegal use of the helmet, and you can see it on the replay. So here come the Commanders again. Brian Branch back in the game, so just missed that one play. Robinson trying to get to the edge and chugging his way inside the 30. Let's go back to that hit on Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Pascal just coming up the field, and that helmet contacts Daniels' helmet. But Daniels doesn't care. He's like, nah, that didn't hurt. I had that little cut on my eye. I dealt with that. I could deal with basically anything.
I tell you, man, how are you not impressed by his coolness and his calmness as a rookie in this spot on the road? Here he is on second down. Robinson gets it up the middle and going to be a little short. Levi Onwuzurike on the stop there. So third down and less than a yard. I mean, just his poise overall in this atmosphere. Now, he's obviously playing great, but it doesn't seem like anything phases him.
Well, there's poise, and everyone always says how cool, calm, collected he is. When you add that with the work ethic that he has, none of this surprises me.
3rd and 1. Handoff, Robinson, jump cut, and it's close. Thought initially he got it.
there's a reason why you have as many comeback wins as they had this year, because he is cool and calm under pressure. And those aren't things that you measure at NFL combines. He was the 2nd overall pick for a reason. He displayed that as a Heisman Trophy winner at LSU. But when you're looking for a leader of a franchise, when all else goes wrong, the quarterback can make people right. And that's what you're looking for. That's why they drafted him, and that's why they're in this game today.
5-year starter in college, Arizona State first, LSU second. Heisman winner. Already won a playoff game, looking for another. Quick throw outside, he goes. De'Ami Brown, who has lost the ball, goes out of bounds, though. It'll stay with Washington as Branch punched it out. Stan Campbell told us this week, I have to reverse engineer this game. And now as you're getting late in the 3rd quarter, you got to be thinking about that, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. He's thinking of all these areas where situationally this team needs to be great. There's been so many 4th quarter games with the Commanders. He's dealing with that right now. What plans he putting together for the next 17 minutes?
There's Eckler making a couple miss, and Eckler fighting his way inside the 20. A good effort by Eckler is going to pick up about 5. So you're thinking about how many possessions is what that is, right?
Absolutely. You're thinking about possessions. You probably have 2 possessions left.
Wow.
Assuming this, unless they can make some stops on defense, which they've only made basically one of those today. It's just been a hard offense that's really been in rhythm, and they've challenged this decimated defense to deal with all the issues that the teams that Washington has dominated this year have had to deal with.
Third and 6. Daniels zips it across the middle. Oh, what a hit that was. Brown caught it, but Branch again, terrific. And it's going to be 4th and short. And now Branch is injured. He can't get up. Oh, no.
It looks like he was down right there with his right elbow hits. And he gets up, rolls off that tackle. Yeah, they'll move that back. Man-to-man coverage, and he tries to play over the top. You play over the top and makes the tackle. That right elbow hits, he's down right there. I would expect the defense to sell out to stop this run.
Washington goes jumbo with an extra lineman. Daniels going to keep it. Can he get there? He's going to get there for the 1st down. So hard to defend. And Daniels does it again. Put the ball in his hands and he delivers.
Yeah. Arnold just on the perimeter there at corner. Just do your job. You're standing outside here on the YY wing and you get your eyes in the wrong place, and he's unblocked. Kind of maybe one of the easier ones to stop. But when you lose track and you lose your vision, that's what happens.
11th play of this drive. It's taken up upwards of 5.5 minutes. Daniels, a little pop to Eckler, looking for a block. Inside the 10 he goes, and Austin Eckler.
Again, just overall aggressiveness by Washington. We obviously would have bet that the moment the game ended when they beat the Bucs last week, they made decisions as a team. We were going to be aggressive on all these 4th downs. And when you have the support of your head coach like Cliff Kingsbury does, you never feel like you're kind of going out on an island by yourself. There's full support by the organization to do it. Coach Quinn's got him backed. It's a lot of freedom for a play caller and a quarterback.
2nd and 3. Eckler dancing around, and he's going to be a couple yards short. Maybe the final play of this 3rd quarter is Anzalone on the hit. Well, this is a pretty epic drive by the Commanders, converting the 4th down, up by 3 on the road at the #1 seed, the 15-win Lions. And they're going to go to the 4th quarter with a chanting story here. The #1 seed Lions down by 3. Commanders offensively have done what they've wanted all night long, and now we start the 4th quarter. 3rd and 2 from the 5. McDaniel's going to keep. Gets rid of it. Ertz. And he stepped up. Terrion Arnold made the play.
Such a good play by Arnold. Again, one of those triple option plays. Can hand it, can pull it and run it, or throw it to Ertz. Chose to throw, but a great tackle. There's the handoff. He can't run it because Kirby's there. And great team defense.
They went for it on fourth on this drive already. They're going again. 4th and 2.
Might need a timeout. 12 on the field. Timeout. Timeout. Nope. Nope. Oh, no.
Now we get a penalty flag.
What are they doing?
12 players on defense with
Timeout.
the offense in formation and the snap imminent. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. The yardage is enough for a first down.
Wow, you called it for 10 seconds,
Well, I'm
Tom.
seeing him run out there. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Miscommunication. It's one of those things that you've got to see. Timeout, timeout. Trying to redirect, but there's 70,000 people. No one's going to hear you at that point. Timeout when they break the huddle.
Wow. So on 4th down, it gives them a 1st and goal. Robinson, left side, near the end zone. Is he in? Not yet. Half a yard short. 2nd and goal.
I mean, I had a coach for 20 years, Bill Belichick, that said you can't win till you can keep from losing. And plays like that, 12 men on the field, 3 turnovers, 4th down stops. That's the playoff football. That's why you win and lose games in big moments.
This drive's over 8 minutes long. 2nd and goal. Robinson in. Touchdown, Washington.
Good job, boys. Good job, man.
Nothing fancy here. Just give the ball to Robinson straight downhill from the slightly inside the 1 yard line, and Muhammad tries to get there, but all you need is a half yard. It's going to get it in 90% of the time on that. Nice powerful run, and another great answer for over an 8-minute drive, KB. It's the drive of the season for the Commanders right there.
Yeah, it sure was. Kick is up and good. A 15 point. And watching the Commanders, who haven't been stopped offensively, they have been unbelievable tonight. And that drive was something else. Now the Lions down by 10. It's Raymond. And spun down inside the 20. Well, right now, there's a long way to go, but they're up 10 on the road against the best team in the NFC. Here are the Lions with Montgomery dancing around. And Montgomery's going to pick up a few. I mean, we talked about that. Well, guess what? Joe Gibbs is in the house for the game, trying to lend some good vibes to the Commanders. So let me ask you this. Obviously, with the Lions offense, there's plenty of time. But how do they handle it? What's their mindset here?
Stick with their offense. It's the biggest drive of their season. They've got probably 2 drives left. Got to find a way to get points on this drive.
It's a good start, certainly over the middle. Tim Patrick has the catch. 1st down, stiff arm. Patrick gets decked, but not before a big game out up to the 45. His first catch of the day is a biggie.
They've done such a good job. The biggest issue is obviously turnovers, and see the stiff arm on Luvu. Breaking tackles, he's a hard guy to break. This guy's one of the free agent pickups of the offseason, Frankie Luvu, but Patrick running with authority over Martin. Good solid plays, 12 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game. All about points. You got 4 downs on any of these sets of downs.
Oh, look at this trickery. Jamison Williams has it. Look at the throw. Going to throw it downfield. Intercepted! Mikey Sabersill has it. There's a penalty. Hang on a second. Far side of the field. So they try to go into the trick play bag and Jamison Williams, but let's see what the call is. Lions are saying it's on Washington.
Oh, nope.
ineligible player illegally downfield. Offense number 60. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is an interception. First down, Washington.
Wow, the
field.
fourth turnover. The fourth turnover of the day by the Lions as Glasgow was, and Mikey Sainer still, his second interception of the game. He had 2 during the regular season, the rookie from Michigan. And now the Commanders with the chance to really put the hammer down. Up 10, 12 minutes to go. Eckler sprinting through. Oh, look at this. Eckler, room to roll. Down to the 30.
No answers on this inside zone to Eckler. Just straight through the defense. Doesn't get touched till he's 30 yards down the field. This is what it's looked like all day. The threat of Jaden Daniels pulling it. The threat of him getting to the perimeter and throwing the ball to receiver allows for those massive holes in the defensive line.
Eckler stays in there. Washington goes trips left. Give it to him again. Eckler left side, backs his way down to the 25. Back to the trick play that failed.
Well, they try to run something a little bit gimmicky, toss the ball to St. Brown, then reverse. And at this point, Williams trying to make a decision, a non-quarterback, trying to throw the ball and read a defense, and not a great time for a trick play. St. Restrell ends up coming down with a great interception for this team.
Here's Daniels. Pressure coming. Dancing around. Daniels spinning, still up on his feet. He always seems to make something out of nothing. And close to a first down, I think a hair short. And now time is a real factor, right? I mean, Washington up 10. Now you're getting near 10 minutes left in this game.
And even the bigger factor, KB, they've still not found a way to stop this run game or these zone reads.
Yeah.
So 10-point game, 10 minutes left. Yeah, most of the time you'd feel pretty good, but obviously Detroit Lion fans aren't feeling good. Coach Kingsbury is looking down at that call sheet. There are not many things today that have not worked.
And whistle blows. Did he get the playoff in time is the question.
Delay game.
No.
By the offense. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
So that'll move him back. So Dan Quinn and his team, you call them the Cardiac Commanders. They've been so good at these close games, and obviously this on the road environment against the Lions, who have had their best season in franchise history, broke a gazillion records, and the #1 seed. And fans here hopeful for a first Super Bowl appearance, and still obviously a lot of time left, but they got to get a stop, and they need it now. It is McNichols up the middle, gets a carry. And he's going to pick up about 4.
KB, you just wonder how many of those injuries now all season long come back to bite you in a moment where you need defensive stops. They have 18 players on injured reserve. They've done a great job in so many ways. And there's Hutch trying to battle his way back from a brutal injury early in the season. They won 23 straight games when they didn't turn the ball over. Those turnovers today have really put them behind the 8 ball.
4 of them to be exact. Second and 12, blitz coming again. Daniel sees it, throws, completes it again. It's almost like it doesn't matter against the blitz. Ertz has the catch, up comes a big third down.
Coach Glenn tries to make a very aggressive play call. Blitz 0, you call this. There's 2 free rushers, stands in there, and who is it? His go-to guy on Norris. Again, before today, he'd played 1 defensive snap all season, and he's covering Jaden Daniels' top target and got out of situations.
Third down, Daniels, crosser, incomplete. He threw it behind McLaurin. And now do you go again if you're Dan Quinn?
Why not? This is a part of their mentality to go up 10, be 13, or try to basically make it out of reach. And I like this decision. You're the underdog. You've had a great season. You're playing with the house money. To me, go for it.
Four-man rush. Throw across. Got it. McLaurin banged around and inside the 5, and another fourth down conversion.
A free rusher breathing right down Daniels' neck. Pascal free to the quarterback, but he stands in there and finds McLaurin wide open, and then boom, like a pinball, boom. Great accurate throw under duress. What a player Jaden Daniels is. Unreal, his performance today.
It's been incredible. 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, not a single mistake. And now the Commanders on the doorstep. Daniels, McNichol, still fighting, reaching, is he in? He is! Touchdown, Washington! See if he got in, still not down.
Oh, and he's in. McNichol's going down, and you feel the goal line. I didn't love my players reaching for the goal line, but it works out there. Oh, I hate to say it, but that's basically that aggressiveness by Wash. I got to give just a courageous effort, but for the Lion fans, might be too much to overcome.
Tell you what, Dan Quinn told us this week, our philosophy has been aggressive all year. We're not going to change now. And they haven't. And this kid, Jaden Daniels, he's been great all year. Now on a national playoff stage, he's been a revelation.
Just an incredible display of poise, composure. That's part of the emotional makeup. And then there's a physical makeup. The speed, the accuracy, he's got the whole package.
I mean, it's really been around the board. The Lions have had no answers, none. And now they're in a world of trouble with 7.5 minutes to go. Well, you can help families impacted by the California wildfires. Visit go.fox.
Unless you get to short yardage where you got to run it for 1 yard, but you got to gain a lot of yards through the air, down 3 scores.
Here's Goff, back to throw. And incomplete, into the dirt he goes. Bobby Wagner, pretty good coverage on Jahmyr Gibbs anyway. Tom, we asked at the beginning of the game, I asked you, Detroit, how are they going to handle this? They've never been in a position where they're the #1 seed, where they've had everyone coming after them against the Hunter, the Commanders, who have nothing to lose. And you know what? Washington stayed in the game early. They took the lead, and they've been the poised team tonight.
Absolutely, and you inject life into the opponent. When you're win a wild card game, you come on the road against the 1 seed. You keep them in the game, that 1 seed. They just gain more and more confidence as the game goes.
Gibbs, great move, first down across the 40. They got to hurry, obviously, down by as much as they are, as Gibbs picks up 12. Four-man rush. Goff, far side of field, has a diving catch that time. Belief Raymond makes catch, another first down.
Yeah, good accurate throw right to the sideline, down 17. The clock right here at the bottom of the screen, when that's running, that's just where you can't be for the Lions. Got to find ways to get the ball out of bounds and certainly get some chunks. Certainly not huddling up. It's killing way too much time.
Yeah, this is surprising. Full huddle. Goff stands in, going deep. Amon-Ra holds on. Great catch by St. Brown. Clock will run, though, as he's hit backwards. The 6:15 and counting.
Well, they moved St. Brown over there as the X receiver so he can get the one-on-one. It's probably why they huddled up, moving him around the formation.
Goff, near side, incomplete. thrown away. Samer still got his second. That's the difference in the game. Goff over the middle, had another completion inside the 15. St. Brown gets down under 6 to go.
Good, nice job finding him in the zone, but again, you're up against the clock. He's gonna clock it here. Now you got 3 downs left here to get 13 yards. Dialing up your best red area plays. You'd love to get it in one play. So a lot of things that need to go right. You're feeling really good if you're Dan Quinn. Certainly no game is over until it's over, but there's a lot of things that have got to go right here, including onside kicks and defensive stops, which neither of those have worked today either.
Goff being blitzed, sidearm throw, it's high. Gives the antenna receiver, and Morton was there to make sure, but Cleveland Farrell had some pressure that time. Say, kind of underrated. Washington's defensive line has gotten some pressure at key times here tonight.
Yeah, and I give showed up tonight in the biggest moment. For some of these turnovers, these hits on Goff, been a big deal.
3rd and 10, Gibbs in the flat is a way to go. Gibbs is shoved out of bounds, and it's 4th and long. So for all intents and purposes, the Lions' season essentially on the line. They're going to decide, since they need all the points they can get, they're going to decide a field goal here with Bates.
Yeah, clock's running still, so this should almost be, got to go, guys. All these seconds matter.
I mean, they're going to need a field goal at some point, down 17. They'll take it here. Let's see if Bates could get it, but the clock, as you said, still running. 28 yards for Bates. Bates has it up and true with 5:01 to go. Home from way back when in New England. He and Dan Quinn working together beautifully to turn over this roster. And now the Lions declared an onside kick, but they get a good bounce. Ball is loose, still out there. Who's going to get it? Washington comes up with it. Somehow Zach Ertz corralled it at the end. Wow. That was a great onside kick.
Ertz got to have it. He's their got to have it guy. Actually, a great kick by Bates. And then Ertz scrambling for the ball. Wow. Great hands to just grab that on the way to the ground. Unbelievable.
It's so hard to get those onside kicks
so
now
hard.
because you have to declare it.
Yeah.
And there's certain rules to where guys can line up. That was a perfect kick. All right, so here goes. Lions haven't stopped the Commanders all day. They got to get a stop now. 4:57, down by 14.
I'm not sure Coach Quinn likes owners coming down on the field before the game's over.
Jeez.
My bad, Dan.
Here is Daniels. Robinson's going to get it on the give.
Goff's feeling the pressure and the pain of not performing his best in the biggest moment. Looking out at this defense, hoping they can make a stop here without having to use a timeout, but it's still a long road for this team to climb their way back into it.
Robinson runs right into Anzalone. It'll be a 3rd down coming up. 51 yards rushing, but it's the threat of the run, which has also been a huge play.
The threat of the run, and when you see what Eckler does, just run through that C gap, it's just too easy. There's no linebacker showing up to make tackles, so hand it off. Everyone hesitates. You occupy the mind space of the defense. Next thing you know, the back's got the ball into the defense, and he's 15 yards down the field.
Lions use their first time out there. They got to get a stop here. 3rd and 5. A whistle.
They were going for a pass, and a big one at that.
Timeout. Washington, they're first of the half.
Interesting, but they call it timeout.
Yeah.
You saw something there, huh?
Zacchaeus they were all-out blitz. Coach Glenn trying to make a play, and they had a little bit of a shot called, so that would have been interesting to see how that one played out.
Yeah, well, the way it's played out today. Well, look.
But I think what you see is on these gotta-have-it plays, they're trying to get Jaden Daniels out of the pocket to let him see a lot of times to his right. That's exactly what was coming on that last play.
What does Cliff Kingsbury dial up here? Daniels to throw it. Protected. Going, has a man wide open. It's caught for the first down by John Bates, the backup tight end.
Well, the Lions are selling out. You could see all the bodies at the line of scrimmage. And then Bates with the little delay. Just to call that a boomer route. In, then back out. Maybe a little bit of a hold here. Trying to slap it away. Pullman's had a good season for a young player. Really impressed by this offensive line, how they blocked in the run game and then held up in pass protection and give Daniels plenty of time to survey the field.
Here's McNichols, left side. Tom, I got to ask you, look, with all of your playoff prowess, we've talked about so many of the intangibles. What are your thoughts on the poise that Jaden Daniels has showed here today?
It's what it's all about in these big moments, and it just, so many of these games come down to quarterback play, making the right decisions, making the right reads. Coach Kingsbury has put the ball in Jaden Daniels' hands every play, said, you make a good decision. Even on the simple handoffs, he's got multiple options. He's given it when he needs to give it. He pulls it and runs and makes positive plays. That poise is something you don't measure at an NFL combine. That's what scouts can miss. And again, when you're the second pick, they didn't miss much.
Right.
But what you're feeling if you're Washington, let's continue to put the ball in his hands, let him make great decisions for the franchise, and things are going to go great.
Daniels on the keeper, a little stutter to the 30. I mean, a once very proud franchise that has been moribund for a long, long time for the most part. A couple years here and there, and they're trying to get back to the NFC Championship for the first time in 33 years. A timeout down on the field. Hey, the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax continue tomorrow. Rams at Eagles on NBC, followed by Ravens at Bills on CBS. And the next Sunday, don't miss the NFC Championship on Fox at 3 Eastern, followed by the AFC Championship on CBS at 6:30. All games presented by Intuit TurboTax. Lions fans stunned. Best season in their franchise history, and the Commanders have had every answer. Third and 6. Right up the middle it goes to Robinson. Going to be short. Another fourth down decision for Dan Quinn. See if he kicks a field goal or goes again.
It's all about the confidence you have in the kicker. If you got a confident kicker and you're confident in him, then you kick the field goal, go up 3 scores. And I guess he feels that with Zane Gonzalez now, even though it's his 6th kicker this season that this team has had. Not always the best feeling. Got to have confidence that he can come in and make a 44-yarder.
You know, this town has waited for this, the #1 seed, to have home field for so long, and you see these fans just trying to process it right now, right? It's been a dream season for Detroit, and now a timeout by Washington as they'll set up for a field goal. And Tom, you know,
Yeah,
look,
you're certainly in shock, KB. The
How
fans
could you
are in
not be?
shock. I'm sure the coaches are in shock. They just couldn't find a way to slow down this offense. The offense was too productive. They made no mistakes. When I watched that Tampa game last week, they made no turnovers. Jaden Daniels made accurate throws, the same formula for success. When you get to the playoffs, a lot of times you throw the seeding out. How do you play on that day? Lions come in, 4 turnovers. They haven't done that, well, they've had that once this season when Goff threw 5 in a game, but 4 turnovers put you behind the 8 ball in the playoffs, and there's no coming back from that when you play good teams that don't make mistakes.
Zane Gonzalez for the Commanders to essentially put an end to it. 44 yards, Gonzalez is up, and it is no good! So the Lions still have a pulse as he hooked it just a little bit. Well, look, this will probably be a long 226, but it's been a long time for Washington. 1991 with Pat Summerall and John Madden. They won that Super Bowl, and it's been a long time, and they're 226 away from that. What do the Lions have left magic-wise? Here's Goff, pressure up the middle. He is sacked! Dorrance Armstrong gets his 2nd today.
Give this defensive line a lot of credit. Get into the middle of the pocket. Now all the receivers got to rush back, get lined up. see if they can get a playoff before the 2-minute warning.
Goff, Laporta, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. You know, we're talking about the fans having trouble processing this for the Lions, but they've built each year, gotten better and better under Dan Campbell, right? And it's been amazing what he's done to this franchise. But now this year, look, this will obviously be tough to swallow, but, you know, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, they might both be gone, and so that continuity will be changed for the first time.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that change every single year, and everyone talks about windows closing and all that. The window closes to me at the end of every season. Every year is a new year. You wish you could always build on the previous year. It's not the way that works in the NFL. It doesn't work that way for the Commanders. They could be thinking, oh, this is great. We're going to pick up where we left off, and they're having a great season. They're going to most likely win tonight. But again, at the end of every year, it restarts, and that's the challenge with the NFL. That's why the Chiefs, what they've done is so impressive.
Yeah.
Win it 2 years ago, win it last year, in another championship game now, because they play great football when it matters the most.
Yeah, so Detroit's having to deal with that, while the Commanders, you know, I love what you said. You don't know when you get these chances. And now, why not them?
Yeah.
The way they've looked the last 2 weeks.
31 teams at the end of the year are unhappy, looking for answers, and there's one that's happy.
Wow. He is as calm as they come, Jaden Daniels. Number 2 overall pick. Turned around an entire franchise.
Along with a lot of other great players they've added. Again, I give Adam Peters a lot of credit, first-year GM. A lot of great value players came in and played great football for this team.
3rd and long, Goff underneath, Gibbs has it, head down, and right around the marker. I'm not sure if he got there, it's close. I think a half-yard short, and now time, obviously, a big problem. 1:41 to go.
Gave it to him.
Gave him a first down there, interesting.
That looked
I didn't think he got
a
it.
healthy spot.
The previous play is under further review.
And they will take a look.
Yeah, that looked pretty close. Good job by Gibbs fighting for those extra yards and throwing underneath the sticks. Minute 36, down 14. Impossible? No. Improbable? Yes. It's got to get all the way to the 44. Maybe it's close.
I don't think judging on that he got it. Mike, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I never trust that yellow line, as a matter of fact.
What?
Which they always say is unofficial. But to me, when you know, I don't really see anything that's so clear and obvious that you could change it. It's really close.
Mike,
But
what
I
did
don't
that
think-
yellow line ever do to you? I mean, it feels like there's a grudge there.
Well, they say that I was the greatest invention since the yellow line. So, so I've had this competition for 15 years now against the yellow line.
There, see, I knew there were some deep-rooted issues, and that's glad you could bring that up for a national audience. And so we'll see what they decide to do here. State Farm postgame coming up next. So Washington will, if they can hold on here, they will wait to see where they're going to go. Is it going to be LA? Is it going to be Philly? 45 points tonight, most in a road postseason game ever. And, you know, you think about it, Eagles obviously the favorite tomorrow, 2 seed. But last time they played Philly, they had this amazing comeback. Jaden Daniels had 5 touchdowns, and they won at the buzzer. So it's a team that they know well.
Absolutely.
KB, they are going to rule it short, by the way. With the stoppage, is going to create a 10-second runoff.
After further review, the runner was down short of the line to gain. It will be Detroit's ball, 4th down, just short of the line to gain. Please set the game clock to 1 minute 51 seconds. Because of the reversal in the last 2 minutes, we will run 10 seconds off the game clock and the play clock. Reset the game clock to 1:41. It will start on my signal. Play clock at 30.
All right, so they mark it back. They reset the clock, do the 10-second runoff because they had to stop the clock there. And Lions looking for a miracle of miracles. Goff, 4th down. Looking around. Going to take it and run. Going to get there. keep things alive for Detroit with 1:33 to go.
Yeah, staying alive. Minute 30. Got time. Use a minute to get down and get that ball in the end zone. Make some productive plays here into this softer defense that Washington's playing now. Washington defense, they just got to keep everything in bounds. Nothing out of bounds. Keep outside leverage, force inside throws, and make tackles.
Goff throws. Laporta makes the catch. He dives for a first down, but the clock is running here.
Yeah, the problem, you got Williams all the way downfield. He's got to run back. Goff's got to wait for him to get back.
Here he comes. And now they spike it with 1:13 left.
Yeah, it's a problem when you send guys deep to try to make big plays in 2 minutes. If you throw it short, all those guys that are 50 yards downfield, they got to come all the way back to the line of scrimmage. So you're thinking out of bounds, something up at the seam. But those intermediate passes, the 15 to 20 yard gains, you got to hit one of those, spike the ball. Leave some time for an onside kick and a Hail Mary. No, I don't want to jump ahead of myself. There's a lot of things that need to go right here for this offense.
Goff slings into the middle, has a catch. It's Raymond again who slides down. And again, receivers deep down, but Williams is all the way in the end zone.
Yeah, he's got to wait. Look at Goff. Now he's got to wait for Williams to get back. His clock
Got to get
ticking.
set. Wow. 3rd and 1. Goff, quick throw over the middle. It is dropped. Jamison Williams was under the goalpost after that last play.
It's all the way back there. Goff signaling 3-3-3. But you're just dealing with a 40-yard route, then a 40-yard jog back. It's taking a lot of time off the clock.
Here's the season for Detroit. Goff throws, caught, staying alive. St. Brown's got it inside the 20. Gotta go. 44 seconds. 39 seconds they spiked the ball.
Look, you just need an onside kick and a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
So 15, 20 seconds left. It's kind of the goal for this offense at this point. Again, still a long shot. A lot of the fans have already cleared out here.
Ben Johnson for one last magical play, or maybe more than one, actually.
Got a lot of people up near the line of scrimmage. They're going to drop out of that. Yep.
They do. Goff. Pressure anyway. In trouble. Staying alive. Throwing on the cross. Incomplete. A couple players were there. I think Williams was the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd and 10.
That pressure to the middle of the pocket's been disruptive on Goff all day long. Not the time to really set his feet back there. This pass rush by this defensive line is just really powered and pushed the pocket all day, forcing him to move off the spot and make inaccurate throws.
Third and 10. 4-man rush. It's Goff throwing over the middle, and it's picked off. Jeremy Chin. And Washington will be going to the NFC Championship for the first time in 33 years.
Yeah, the young quarterback's excited, seeing the defense step up and play. What was it going to take for the Commanders to come in here and get a win? Complimentary football, running the ball, winning time of possession. But the story of the game to me is 5 turnovers for the Lions and 0 for the Commanders.
Yep. Defense for Washington getting those turnovers, and Jaden Daniels was simply magnificent. And the rookies got him in the title game. That'll do it. The 1 seed goes down. The Commanders on their way to the championship game.